Brief dip in our temperatures. The call from AccuWeather on this November 4th. We're up to about 64 degrees this afternoon, and it's just the beginning of a warming trend. So that's about 4 degrees above average for this time of the year. It is chilly this morning, and we see more afternoon cloud cover thanks to a system just off to our west. High pressure is going to leave us, and that brought us a whole lot of sunshine, the blue skies, and the cooler feel for the weekend. But they are experiencing some very active weather through the Central Plains. I'd like to say it gets to us, but maybe a sprinkle, just maybe, by the middle of the week as we go from Wednesday into Thursday. Again, a gorgeous snapshot of the center city skyline this morning with the sun just coming up and building against the actual skyscrapers themselves. 42 out the door for Philadelphia. Outlying areas this morning, Matt, in the 20s and 30s, and some folks going to deal with sun glare that haven't as the sun rises at 6:34 this morning.
Yeah, let's turn now to the AccuWeather forecast in Payton Domschke.
Well, temperatures are starting pretty chilly for most, but the one location that's actually a little warmer this morning is down the shore. And aren't we so lucky to have views quite like this morning? We've got a brightening horizon. There are a few clouds around this morning. You'll notice the increase on those as we head through the rest of today. And the call from AccuWeather, we're up to about 64 this afternoon. That's going to be a mild finish for us because we should have a high around 60 degrees. So we're back above average today. 62 in Allentown, matching that in Wildwood as you take on that profile very similar to the actual water temperature. About 64 in Wilmington, Delaware. If you think today is too warm for November, well, think again. We've got extra warmth in the extended forecast. We make a run shy of a record tomorrow, but hitting a high of about 75 degrees for your election day. It'll be nice, dry, as well as warm. And by the middle of the week, we are forecasting a record high tie for Philadelphia around 79 degrees. And there's more where that came from. If you're sick of the 70s, a lot of the meteorologists are too. And we're kind of confused as to what we're forecasting at this point in time for this calendar. We've got more details, though, as to when we're back into the 60s coming up in just a few. Matt, Tam. Right. Happy Monday. Can you believe it? Yesterday actually felt like November. In fact, we took a dip below average for the first time in over a week, and that came off of Friday's high in the low 80s. As for today, about 64 degrees, and we continue that climb for Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures performing about 15 to 20 degrees above average for Tuesday and Wednesday. We're near record warmth by Wednesday, Matt.
Look forward to time with Sal Powell. That'll be ahead in a minute. But let's say good morning to Payton and Matt Pellman, who've got your AccuWeather and your commute this morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's getting light out there earlier than we're used to with the time change.
And the sun glare is really going to show some people what Mother Nature's power really holds early in the morning because of the time change. That sun is up at about 6:34, so we've got just a couple minutes until it's really fully over the horizon. And speaking of that, this is usually the coolest time of the day. You'll want to bundle up the kiddos yourself, maybe turn on that seated heat feature if you're lucky enough to have it. Temperatures by about 9 a.m. will approach 50 degrees, and we will have an increase in cloud cover as we go through the day as a warm front is on the move. But I said that it was cold, and it is. Believe me, temperatures are very similar to this time yesterday. So if you were up early on your Sunday morning, maybe it was church service yesterday, you know how it feels out the door this morning. 28 in Tabernacle, matching that in Toms River. It's 35 in Exton, same thing in Reading, and 33 right now in Allentown. The temperatures will warm, and it's all really going to be courtesy of this warm front that's lifting farther to the north and east. As it does so, we get rid of that area of high pressure that brought you that bright blue sky feature through the weekend. But those clouds start to stream on in. Active weather stays out to the west. And the call from AccuWeather today, up to 64 for Philadelphia, a little cooler to the north and west. Temperatures perhaps in the low to mid 60s through South Jersey, but that's a mild start. And we keep with that momentum as we go through this upcoming week. I think tomorrow as well as Wednesday, we're back in the 70s and pushing records by Wednesday. Mother Nature is just as confused as the meteorologists in the area are.
We're going to have some confused drivers too.
But hang on. Your T-shirt doesn't need to go away just yet.
No, you'll need it by the middle of the week. In fact, you probably need it tomorrow afternoon. Remember, the time did change this weekend. If you have to still adjust some of the clocks, maybe it's the car clock because you did not have a commute yesterday morning. The sun is now up, and the sun will set today at 4:55. We've entered that kind of the season where we've got some of the darkest days that really settle in. By November 30th, that sunset is at 4:37, and by the end of December, the sun does come up just a little bit sooner, or I should say stays up a little bit longer, and that's because we are then past the solstice. So we've got a sunset then by then at about 4:46. As for today, we've got some sunshine, but the clouds really going to take rule. In the low 40s for Philadelphia, down the shore with a breeze off of the water, with the ocean temperature still at about 60 degrees. Some locations actually in the 50s, but in between there, we've got temperatures reporting in the upper 20s, like Tabernacle right now, Toms River at 28 degrees. It's even sub-freezing right now in Chalfont, coming in at 30 degrees. As we go forward through your extended forecast, you're going to notice a major warming trend, and it starts today with a high around 64 degrees. Matt, Tam?
All right, thank you
so much. Eagles playing the Cowboys on Sunday, Peyton.
They sure are, and we're hoping for another victory Monday ahead. We've got cotton candy skies up above down the shore right now, as cloud cover is really going to become a topic of conversation today. And on top of that, the next big thing we're watching is records likely again for the middle of the week. So that's 2 days from now that we make a run close to 80 degrees again. How is it all possible? We've got an area of high pressure that moves farther to the east and offshore, and that allows a big push out of the south to take over through the mid-Atlantic up through the north and east, and here to the Delaware Valley. Temperatures will be performing starting tomorrow 10 to 20 degrees above average, feeling more like September than November, and records again are likely on Wednesday. So let's chat about that. I think that we are going to tie a record here in Philadelphia with a forecasted high, the call from AccuWeather for the middle of the week at 79 degrees. That would match the existing record set back in 1948 of 79 degrees. Those in jeopardy of tying, if not breaking, records include Allentown, Reading, Trenton, Wilmington, and Mount Pocono. Even through the Poconos, seeing low 70s is a possibility by the middle of the week. So if you don't have plans for the middle of the week, consider making some and make them outside to really soak up some of that warmth. Temperatures out the door right now calling for an extra layer. 42 degrees right now for Philadelphia. Outside of that, we have sub-freezing conditions from Chalfont to Tabernacle, interior South Jersey, pushing over to Toms River. It's 36 right now in Wilmington, Delaware. We're watching a warm front evolve itself and push farther to the north and east. As it does so, it's going to bring that blanket of clouds in. These are just debris clouds, nothing that we're expecting wet weather from, even though that would be something we would love to see, as we've got another dry day in store today. Some sunshine will peek on through with a high today for Philadelphia at about 64 degrees, 62 with a chilly start and a mild afternoon through the Lehigh Valley, and partly cloudy conditions through the Jersey Shore. Your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Temperatures nice and dry as well as warm for Election Day tomorrow. No issues when it comes to getting out to vote. Temperatures at about 75 degrees, 79 with that record-tying warmth expected on Wednesday. A front does move on through dry though, so no wet weather associated with it. We're back near 70 and slipping